This shows exactly why what George W. Bush tried to undertake there after driving out the Taliban and the Al-Qaeda supporter, just that regime, then trying to build it as a nation, that was folly, and that that President Obama has tried to do that too, and we're playing make-believe if we're talking, 2014, maybe we won't be able to leave, because we're going to leave, it's going to be more than unsettled, as Eleanor said, it's going to be a mess.
Yeah, what is wrong with doing it the way we did Vietnam? Just go.
Well, for one thing, Vietnam,
you know?
Because it's called cutting and running, and it would be a political disaster at the very least. It would also send signals to the rest of the world that America
You want staying and killing?
No, I want staying until the determined, with our allies, deadline is met, which is 2014.
There comes a time when you reach critical mass, and it is not only folly, but it's probably sin to stay there.
In reality,
why wait another 19 months to withdraw? Afghanistan has no strategic value. Is it worth nearly 300 more American lives, or should Commander-in-Chief Obama call for an exit of Afghanistan now?
No. I think it was a terrible mistake to go into Afghanistan and try to remake that country. And I think it was George Bush's mistake, as with Iraq.
What are we supposed to do, live with it?
Here's what you know, what you've got to at least give these people, after all these Americans have died, you got to give them a shot at it. And
you want to kill? You want to have more killed?
I don't want any Americans killed. I don't think we should have been in there. But
you saw the stats.
You got to give them a decent interval to see. I think the Taliban are going to take over.
You've got 60.
Predictions, Pat.
The Sykes-Picot agreement.
The what?
Sykes-Picot agreement after World War I, which divided up the Middle East and all those lines.
How do you spell that?
I'll spell it for you later. Right now, it's going to fall apart as Syria breaks apart itself and Iraq breaks apart as a consequence of these wars, John, that the United States, in this case, has very wisely stayed out of, and I credit Barack Hussein Obama for doing so, despite the fact that he had his own cabinet and every Republican hawk pushing him.
In the world.
If he wanted to annex eastern Ukraine, he could march in and do it. He could take Mariupol in a day. He hasn't done it. What he wants is a deal which leaves him with Crimea and leaves eastern Ukraine nominally under the Ukraine, but more autonomous, because he doesn't want a war with the West, basically. He could have that anytime he wanted. I think President Obama has wisely kept us out of there militarily, and I think it's a mistake to send in troops, start training troops for Poroshenko so he can restart the war, which has been basically in abeyance since February.
Let us mark the calendar. This is a day when Pat Buchanan approves of Obama's policy in the Ukraine. I think you're right on, though.
I think he's right on Iran.